Makeup I love and makeup I hate. Hi, I'm Laura Ray. I hate to throw that word out there, but I have some makeup I've been saving to share with you that were big fails for me that I tried over and over to try to make them work, and I just never could be successful with these products. I have other things that just from day one were just amazing and such great affordable finds. So let's start off with something I ended up loving. I've talked so much about other foundations that I love this year, at least four that were my favorite, but I never talked about this one, the Superstay from Maybelline. It's a 24-hour skin tint. I guess I put it in the back of my makeup drawer. I wasn't using it for a while because I was so obsessed and still am with the Revolution Skin Silk that I just was reaching for that all the time. But I finally, this past month, have really focused on this. I've actually used most of the bottle. I'm in the shade 120. This is just fabulous if you want some coverage. A lot of serums let your own skin show through, but some of us, like me, have discoloration, things we want to sort of smooth out with our complexion. This is buildable. Even though this is a skin tint, it reminds me of the look on my face of Estee Lauder Double Wear. That's the coverage that I get. Even though this is a skin tint, by the way, it has vitamin C in it. I never depend on skincare ingredients when they claim like this has vitamin C in it, that's going to work a miracle for my skin. I depend on my skincare for that, but I wanted to let you know that there are skincare ingredients. I think some of the things they add into these foundations now really help for spreadability. Now, I want to say the best way I have found to apply this is with my fingers. I just do small amounts, and then I take a brush like this 106 from BK Beauty. This has become a real favorite of mine. I just love it for blending over foundation. So when I'm done and it's pretty much dried down, I just go over it and buff off anything that would collect in a fine line or wrinkle. Especially my forehead, I'll just go back and go in circles like this, and I will see the foundation on the brush. I will know that it has taken off any extra. I like to do this especially with my neck, blending it down, and even with blush. I'll go around the edges of my blush just to blend it out a little better so it doesn't look too much like a line like this. This 106 brush from BK Beauty is a longtime favorite, but I've been using it even more recently because I think it works great with this skin tint. For this video, I'm going to go back and forth between the best and the worst. This was just terrible for me, and it was such a disappointment. It's from Rare Beauty, and it's their Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. Now, again, when I bought it, I don't think I realized it was a moisturizer. It's got a very strange color to it that never looked good on my skin. I tried to find the best match in store, and this was it. This one is a neutral, and in almost every makeup brand, neutral works for me. I'm not very pink, and I'm not very olive. I'm not warm, so neutrals tend to work well. But this was very yellow, and just on my skin, seem to accentuate the wrinkles so much. So you can see how yellow this looks and why this wouldn't look good on my skin. I tried it several times until I just gave up. I just didn't like the formula. I even, if I'm remembering right, I felt a little itchy too. So whatever sunscreen ingredients they put in didn't really agree with my skin. But the color of it was just odd. I didn't like how my own skin looked with it. So unfortunately, most of this bottle here is full and it's just expired. Some of these products don't last very long. I just bought this a few months ago, and already the date is 10/24 that it's expired, and here we are in November. So this is going to end up in the trash. Let's talk about the eyes. I've had so much success, and I was so glad with these new Ulta products. This is the Ulta Matte Veil long-wearing eyeshadow primer. It works beautiful if you're wanting a matte look. Some days I'll put this on and not wear any eyeshadow at all. I'll just do liner and mascara, and it just brightens up my eyes. It reminds me a lot of MAC Ochre. So I really love this. And then when I want a little shimmer on the lid, they have one that's a shimmer, and it's called Inner Glow. And I just love it. I'm going to put some on my hand here so you can see. Look at that glow. So this would be something that would be great for the mobile lid. I tried doing this instead of, say, an eye crayon. This is almost just like a cream eyeshadow, but you can do multiple things with this. You could put this on and then even put a matte shadow underneath and just have a soft shimmer shining through. You could put other products to make it very shimmery. Both of these are pretty affordable. They're a little over $10. There's a lot of product here, so these will last quite a while. Physicians Formula was kind enough to send me this to test out. It's the Eye Lifter eyeshadow. I was so excited because this is my jam. I love that it has like a bronzer in a stick form to draw right on the eye. I'll show you this. It's very emollient and feels like a bronzer would if you were taking a bronzer out and putting it on your brush. But this has the ability where you can just draw on the eye. So I thought that was great. And then on this side is a brightener, and it even has a doe foot, and you can put this like under the eye to brighten. I tried this several times and it just disappeared on me. It didn't hold up more than an hour or two. I tried it with primer. I tried it without primer. I just tried it multiple ways and could never get it to work. Now, my eyelids are not dry, but they're not super oily. I would just call them, they're sort of right in the middle. I get dryness under the eyes, but not so much on the lid of the eye. But this just didn't last. I tried it so many times to try to make it work because I love the concept of it. I love the shades, but it just didn't work for me. This palette from Sephora, their gemstone palette, was a winner for me. It's just beautiful. When I want sort of a low contrast look, just to define the eyes. Today I used this one and this one here to just shape my eye. And I love doing that kind of look for every day or when I'm wearing something casual like this shirt. This, by the way, is my mom's shirt. I saved so many of her plaid shirts and I just wanted to wear it today. But this is such a gorgeous palette. You don't need to spend a lot of money on eyeshadow to get a beautiful look. I've tried several things from Rare Beauty this year, and some of them have been winners, like the lipstick. I think it's such a beautiful formula, gorgeous packaging. It runs around $20. So for a nicer packaging type of experience, that's a pretty good price point. But I have had several fails, and one of them was this powder. I bought light beige in the powder, and when I put it on, you can just see it on my skin. It's so obvious. It doesn't blend in with my skin ever. I've tried this so many days and it just never works. And to me, it just feels like a little chalky. It doesn't feel like other high-end powders. What I've gone back to is something I had in my collection that I really do like. I'm due for a new one. I've had this for quite a while. But this shade just works so nicely for me. It's what I'm wearing today. It's number 230. And it just works great. If I see any shine on my face, I will just take it. And you can even finger powder. That's what a lot of makeup artists do, is when your makeup's done, just go back in those little tight areas that might be hard to get to and just sort of press the powder in. But when this runs out, I'm going to buy another one. This is my daughter's favorite powder, and she sort of kept bragging about it. And I said, maybe I need to revisit that powder. Maybe it is better now that I've tried a bunch of others. So I definitely like the Fenty so much more than the Rare Beauty. This is not pick on Rare Beauty Day, but just some things just didn't work for me. I'm just being honest about it. And this is such a gorgeous blush. but not for me. It got in my fine lines. It has so much luminosity to it. This would work great for someone that doesn't have much texture on their skin and their skin is really smooth. Unless you don't mind it accentuating fine lines, if that doesn't bother you, then I think this is a beautiful product. There's nothing wrong with the product. It's just the way it looked on my skin. It would get into this area and all of a sudden I would see all these lines that I didn't even know existed. Now, one that I do love that's more affordable that doesn't do that is this one from Ulta Beauty. It's their Flushed Blush. Look at how beautiful this is. They did an imprint here and I think it looks very designer. Now, it's still plastic packaging. It's not as nice and luxe as a Rare Beauty. It doesn't have a mirror and all of that. But if you're like me and you're just putting on your blush at home, I don't take blush with me out or in my purse. This is just beautiful. Now, the shade I'm wearing today is Retro Rose, and that's why I was so attracted to this shade. It looked very retro to me. I went back and bought that because I had loved this shade, Pink Smoke. I thought it was so beautiful that I was like, I want to get another shade so I can share it because this really is a beautiful blush. So for me, it's a no for Rare Beauty. It's a yes for Ulta. I have two more blushes that did not work for me, and it's because they disappeared. I tried them so many times. This one I tried at least 6 or 8 times, and it's from Revlon. It's their Gel Serum Blush. Normally, I love Revlon blush, especially all the powders. I have most of the shades. I wear them a lot. I enjoy them, but this just disappeared on me. I tried it in even other climates. I actually took this when we went to Mackinac Island back in June and the weather was pretty cool there. At that time, I think it was in the 50s and 40s most days. It still disappeared on my skin. So it wasn't just the humidity here in Florida. It was just the product didn't work for me. When I would apply it, it looked very patchy. So I would be heavy in some areas of my cheek, there'd be nothing. I had the same experience with this one from Physicians Formula. When I first saw this, they actually sent it to me with a couple of the other products that I've shown. I was super excited because it's a cheek and lip color. I'm on the fence about these cheek and lip colors. I don't like painting things on my face than painting them on my lips. I don't know why. Let me know if you have that feeling about it too. So what I like to do is just put it on the back of my hand, the blush, and put it on, and then I can use it for the lip. But I found I didn't really like it for my lips. And again, it just disappeared on the cheeks. My hope for this was it was going to be a replacement for high-end, look like a Charlotte Tilbury kind of product. But unfortunately, it disappeared. It just didn't work for me. This from Physicians Formula did work for me and is fantastic. They had sent me an eyeliner too, and that sort of got me back going on the liquid liner train. I've gone and purchased one myself the other day. Recently, I bought this shade, Deep Brown, and I just think it's wonderful. I like sort of scribbling it along the lash line. I also love it for the lower lash line. You can dot it on the bottom lashes. Just take it and dot along the lashes. You can just go really close to the lash line just to make your lashes show up. So I think it's a great tool for that. I love this product. I bought it years ago and used it for quite a while, but then I got away from liquid liner for years. And I'm so glad that they sent me that liner to get me back to it, because once I played around with it, I remembered how much I enjoyed it and then bought it myself. This mascara from Essence was an epic fail. I hate this stuff because it left so much product under my eyes as the day went on. I looked like a raccoon. It was just terrible. It's called Call Me Queen. I thought this is going to be it, their best mascara ever. When I first saw the brush, I thought, that's interesting. It's different than other brushes that I've used. I thought that might be perfect for me to get into the inner corner and outer corner lashes. So actually what I want to do is clean this brush off really good and try it with another formula. But what happened is I put it on, I go to look in the mirror a few hours later and it's just everywhere. it just was not good at all. And even though this is super affordable, what good is that if you look like a raccoon? So for a few dollars more, I bought the Sky High, also thrilled that Maybelline came out with this burgundy shade because I love burgundy and navy mascara. It's fun to just switch it up. And I was not disappointed. This did not make a mess. I think it's a nice soft look on the eyes instead of always wearing black or brown mascara. I have hazel eyes, so the burgundy sort of brings out the hazel in the eyes. I just think the Sky High is such a great affordable mascara. The other problem I have sometimes with the Essence, because for a couple of years I did use Essence mascara, is I felt like it dried my lashes out. And that's a big thing as we get older. Our lashes are sometimes more fragile and maybe not as moisturized as when we were younger. So I just feel like this one especially is not worth it. I've had so much better results with this one from Maybelline. Let's talk about concealer. When I saw NYX was coming out with these, I was on it. I went over to Ulta, and at one point they were sold out. I couldn't get the shades I wanted. I went back. I even have a couple more because I bought a green. Unfortunately for me, they just looked too thick on the skin. If you had success with these, let me know. Maybe you did something different with them. But again, maybe your under eyes are better than mine. I do have fine lines in my under eyes, and I feel like some of these stick products just don't work well. I need something that's more of a liquid. So all these that I bought, I would need to use maybe in other areas of my face, and I just feel like it was a waste for me that these don't work well. This is what works well for me, is the Winky Lux. It's their Peeper Perfect. This, I feel, could beat any high-end concealer. I think it's amazing, or at least keep up with them. The formula is a nice mix of pigment and moisture, and I just love it. It doesn't get in my fine lines and creases. I've tried some that are so much more expensive than this that I picked up at Sephora that can't even come close to this one. Unfortunately, another fail from Physicians Formula was this Diamond Perfector. When I put this on, my whole skin just looked like a glitter face. It was so shiny, and every fine line looked like I was under a 10 times magnifier. The only thing that I can use this for, because I was trying to figure out a use, is to put it as a highlighter on the cheekbone, and still it can be dicey. This, I want to show you the amount of shine here. If you look at this in the light, I'm not sure if it'll reflect the way it did in the bathroom, but every line and wrinkle showed up. So this might be a great product for a person that has no texture, has super skin. Like you see some of the models, they have this beautiful skin and you don't see their pores. Oh, I have pores. I have them especially in here. So the minute I put this on, they look like deep pits. And that's not what I'm looking for. But like I said, if you've already purchased this and you've had the same experience as me, you could maybe take a dab of it and put it like here on the cheekbone, and you can see the highlight that I'm getting. So it's not totally a waste. You can use it for that if you've already bought it. But this is not a product that I would recommend for mature skin. Again, I think that some lines, their products are geared more towards a certain age group that might have the skin where that product would look amazing. Now, there are women like my mom that had no pores. I used to say to her, "You have no pores. How did I not get this skin?" But still, I know my mom would never wear a product like this. She would think it's super shiny. So I really believe this is a product for someone that really wants a ton of glow. Essence may have had a fail with that mascara, but they hit a home run with this lip product. I am just loving these. I, first of all, am always a fan of these slim sticks. I love this, like how the Clinique Black Honey and Pink Honey are in the long tubes. I just, for some reason, like that. This is called the Slim Stick, and they say 6-hour long-lasting lipstick. The shades are gorgeous. Now, the first one that I'm trying on is called Chocoholic, and I think it's just a gorgeous nude. It doesn't wash me out. I really love it. And the other shade is called Brick Road. That is gorgeous. To me, these shades are very retro of the 90s, and 90s makeup is in a lot of brands right now, and I do love those shades. I love to take my Revlon Jelly Tool, the tiny end, and just sort of blend out the edges. But this is such a great product. I think it's one of Essence's best products they've ever made. These are not new, but they're new to me, and I love them. These are from Neutrogena, and it's their Hydra Boost Lip Gloss. Now, if I tried these, it's been so long ago, and what got me is I saw some shades that did look different from other brands, and so I bought a few to try. I think my favorite so far is what I'm wearing right now, and this is called Pink Mocha, and it really is just a beautiful pinky brown. I love it. It looks great with this top. It would go with most of the things that I wear. It looks nice with a pinker blush. It would look nice even if you had a peachy blush. So it coordinates with a lot of things. But these are so hydrating. They're not thick. If I had to pick the Maybelline Lifter glosses or these, I would take these over the Lifter glosses. I think these feel even better on the lips. Now, another favorite shade, I don't really think the name reflects the color. This is called Berry Brown. I almost felt like they put the wrong label on this because it doesn't look brown to me. It looks more of a peachy pink. But that's beautiful too. And then I also bought this shade, which is Radiant Rose. And rose is such a beautiful shade to have any time of year. And this, I know a lot of you love pink, and this is very pink. And I thought this might be a shade some of you might want to try. But these are hydrating. They make the lips look smoother. I just think they're an amazing product. Another favorite of mine I have to mention in case you didn't see my cozy video that I did, things from Amazon that make me feel cozy, is this polish from Essie. It's the shade Chinchilli. It's been a long time favorite and I just love it on my nails. This shade is just very retro to me. My aunt used to have a shade like this that she wore all the time that I think was made by Q-Tex. Remember Q-Tex polish? They tried to make a comeback a few years ago and came out with some more products. They used to be all over the place at the drugstore when I was a kid. But this shade reminds me of a shade she wore from Q-Tex, and I still love their polish remover. I still use it, but it stays so nice on the nails. It's long lasting, and Essie is one of my all-time favorite polishes. If you like these kind of videos, makeup that worked for me and makeup that didn't, let me know in the comments below. Just even send me a heart, and a thumbs up will also let me know that you enjoyed it. Everything's linked down below the video. Thank you for shopping those links. That supports my small channel and keeps it going. So I really appreciate you doing that. I hope everyone's healthy and well and that your week will be amazing. I love you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.